Hello Pisces, welcome to 2020 Tarot. This is Natalie. I will be doing a reading for you that is timeless, and the time that you will get to see this, hopefully the energies will resonate with you, and if they don't, it's okay, just leave it and come back another time, or go see another YouTuber for your sign. All right, so what I like to do is I like to have a spread that basically is a top line. And I will let the cards drop on the table. Whatever card that comes up is meant for you. So my top line will generate a story, and then from the bottom line, I will pull from cards from another deck to substantiate the story from the top line. And then we will have other cards with messages that are going to be drawn, as well as I'm going to pick some Scrabble tiles for you. And finally, we're going to end it with the After Tarot for a final outcome. Okay, well, those are going to be your cards. Okay, so we have the Empress, the Page of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and then we have two cards here that fell over but did not want to show themselves. So Eight of Wands, and then the King of Wands. Nice. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. All right, so let me just drop this down. So the energy of the bottom of the deck is the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords is usually a stalemate card where no action is taken. You're in a position where you stay put. Usually the girl is blindfolded and the two swords are crossing her heart, as in protection and not wanting to see. But in this case, I see this differently in this deck. This is a Spellcaster's Tarot deck. The swords are crisscrossed behind her back, so obviously she's in no position to take action. However, her eyes are not bound, and she clearly is looking at the horizon for information, for clues on how to take the next step forward. So I really see this as you're taking a moment, a breather, you're waiting, you're pondering, or you're looking for clues at the horizon, how to go ahead with the situation. So I'm going to leave it here for now, and we're going to look at the other cards. So the Empress is a major arcana, which you only have one on the table. So the Empress is associated with Libra or Taurus, but the Empress is the card of abundance and having everything that you need, nurturing. You're birthing something. Anyways, it's a beautiful card, and it's the Queen of all queens, and it just basically signifies that, you know, there's tons of abundance around you, and you may be birthing some kind of endeavor. If I look at the other types of cards on the table, so we have one sword, we have one pentacle, one cup, and two wands. Now, the two wands are the cards that fell face down, so they were kind of like secretly wanting to give you a message, right? So from this, I can't tell if it's an actual love reading or career reading. So I'm just going to call it a life reading for now. And then we also have a couple people here. We have a page, a queen, and a king. Page is young energy, so it could represent a young person, or it could represent something new, like a new interest in something. And swords are associated with the mind, or thoughts, communication. Queen is the queen is associated with mastering a skill, and particularly the Queen of Cups is mastering the skill of emotions, right? So she's in control of her emotions, although there's tons of water in the background. And this is usually associated with the cardinal sign of water, which would be the Cancer sign. And then we have the King of Wands, which is associated with the fixed sign of a fire. So fire fixed sign is Leo. And this is the guy who actually takes action. After mastering the skill as the queen, this guy is the one that takes the action for something that's new and passionate. So extremely confident. But anyways, I'm not going to speak too much about the top row yet. I'm just going to pull more cards. And this deck here is called Dixit. It's not a tarot deck. It's a card game. Oops. I'm going to take this. I've actually bought the entire Odysseys, and the Odysseys, there's at least 10 Odysseys, of which there's over 100 cards per deck. I actually went through thousands of cards, like a little over 1,000 cards, to pull the cards that connected with me to create my own tarot deck. All right, give me some more cards for the Eight of Wands and the King of Wands. Wow, you've got a lot of the similar cards that came out in the top row that have come into the bottom row. Very similar. All right. Okay, so we talked about the Empress, and the Empress being the abundance card, or linked to to Libra or to Taurus. So this could be an actual person in your life, or it could simply be the energy, right, of abundance. Underneath that, we have the Hierophant, and the Hierophant is a card of, higher learning or spirituality or institutions, corporations. This is another Hierophant. This is another major arcana, and this one is specifically linked to Taurus. So because you've got this underneath there, underneath another major arcana that's linked to a Taurus, I have a strong gut feeling that this is related to a Taurus in your life, Pisces. And if it doesn't apply, then we'll talk of the energies. So the energy of being abundant and also having, all the caring in the world and birthing something. In a typical deck, she's actually pregnant. So she's nurturing that baby that's growing inside of her. So you have this idea of something new, something fresh, and you're really nurturing it, and you're feeding it, sort of, right? And this probably has to do, speaking of the energies, of something to do with, like I said, a higher learning. So it could be something with a course, or you're getting involved with some spiritual path in your life. Like it could be a religious card. It could be just simply spiritual, like alternative healing methods, or connecting with the universe. Could be Reiki, could be anything. But so you're probably working towards that and learning about that. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing from this. All right, if it's not a Taurus, it's relating to you getting involved, learning about it, and putting the effort in it to get to where you want to be. All right, followed by that, we have the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords in this card has a lot to say, a lot to communicate. What I really like about this page is the sword that he's holding up is significantly large for the person's size. So to me, this indicates that this person has a lot of sharing to do, whether it's thoughts or communications. And if you can see, that person has a little grin on their face, so they're pretty happy about this. They feel like they almost like, I can't wait to share, like a little kid wanting to share so quickly. And because the sword is held high, or not so high, but as high as that person can hold, it is an indication of a positive and a good feeling card. I don't see this as being negative at all, in the sense of other readers call this like a stalking card, or wanting to be not necessarily yet a knight to be aggressive with the communication, but this is kind of like joyful and very I can't wait to share. That's what I'm getting in my head. I can't wait to share, and I can't wait to start talking about what I'm doing here. Or if it's not you, it could be this person here next to you that's the Taurus that is wanting to share information with you. Underneath that, we have the Fool's card. Now, I mentioned that this deck I created, right? 2 cards came out that are major arcanas in this deck, that came out in this reading, that are the negative side of the cards, because I've got 2 full cards in this deck. I also have 2 wheel cards in this deck. And both of these that came out are the slightly negative ones. So this one is the Fool. that tells you or warns you, be careful. Because once you do take that leap, once you jump off that ledge, you better hope that those wings or whatever costume that you're wearing and the wings are going to work, because underneath that is a blazing fire. So whatever you're doing, if you're wanting to communicate, maybe just be careful how much you share and how you share it, because you may say something wrong or it may come across the wrong way, so people don't understand what you're trying to do. So just be careful of that, all right? And be careful, because this new opportunity can also bring you into a situation or a position that you're not comfortable with, all right? Because of the fire below. And you need to be equipped. Yeah, I see this as maybe you're not ready yet to embark into this new endeavor. You haven't tested those wings yet. You're best to test those wings from a lower building. Jump off from a lower building and then see how that works, okay, if they work well for you. Yeah, I would do that. So whatever you're trying, whatever you want to start, instead of starting with, your best clients in your thought, test drive your situation or whatever it is that you're learning. If you want to apply it, test drive it with your family members or people that you trust. That way they'll be able to give you good feedback for you to be able to take course correct if you need to. All right, so next to that, we have the Queen of Cups. As I mentioned, she masters her emotions. She's also a very loving person, very nurturing. And there could be a lot of emotions on the back from the significant waterfall that we see. And then this is saying here, the wheel, and this card, the Wheel of Fortune, is associated with Sagittarius. So we mentioned here Cancer, if we want to look at it from a persona perspective. It would be Cancer, and this is Sagittarius. This wheel says also, be careful what you wish for. Because, see the little guy there? He's kind of like got a ball and chain attached to his foot. This situation, although you feel confident, you're nurturing this. And I do sense there's a lot of confidence here, because she's holding her head high. And if you look at her cup, she's got her hand on it. She feels in control. But it's saying, be careful what you wish for, because this ball and chain could actually tie you down. This project you're getting involved with could very well start sucking a lot of your time or energy, and then will probably put things out of balance. Because I'm seeing here too, and this is funny because this is the same card. This is the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is the equal give and take card. However, in both of these decks, there is no equal give and take. There is favoritism going on. If you look at this card here, the man is presenting on a plate to this girl kneeling in front of him some kind of food or something, right? He's got another plate in his hand that he will offer to the person behind him. But that person behind him is already benefiting from an offer from him. He's drinking out of a cup. So it's like he's already had, first dibs at whatever it is. So it kind of looks like this opportunity or this endeavor that you're working on almost feels like, I don't want to disappoint you, but it almost feels like you're going to have a tough go. You're going to have to prove yourself in order to get that reciprocated element of, or a fair chance, right? That's what I sense from this, is you're really going to have to prove yourself. And here, on this card, it's pretty well the plane dropping all these gifts or all this information, but not much is going back up, right? So I feel like you are taking care of people. You are going to assist people, but don't expect anything in return, especially if you're starting a YouTube channel, just like I am just now. This is like my first set of videos. I don't expect to get money from this. This is not for making money. This is for sharing. sharing my passion for doing cards. And I think that's what you have to think about. Whatever you're doing here, at least in the beginning, you should not be focused so much on making money from this. You need to prove yourself first in order to go ahead and make a name for yourself, right? Build your reputation. Right after that, if you follow this advice, because this was hidden, okay, what you don't know, right, is that there's going to be a lot of communications going on. And it's all good communications. So this is the Eight of Wands, and I suspect that if you're going to be starting to talk about this, you're going to prove yourself. People are going to start talking about you. So either your videos, if you're doing a YouTube channel or whatever, FaceTime, not FaceTime, but Facebook or whatever, it'll be shared with others. And surprisingly, it will bring you success. Okay, well, not surprisingly, it will bring you success. And this is, like I said, something that's going on behind the scene that you're not necessarily aware of. Right underneath that, we have the Page of Swords again. Now, this is again the card of wanting you to share information, communication, texts, or sharing your videos if you're doing a YouTube channel or whatever it is that you're doing. So you're going to be doing a lot of marketing. I see marketing from this. And hence the messages, lots of messages. So you're going to be marketing yourself probably properly, or others are going to market you. And I feel it more like it's you doing this because he's picking right from, like this is a porcupine, so he's picking his, I don't know how to say that in English, his spines. I don't know if they're called spines. But anyways, he's picking those. And he's going to use those with his arrow. So I think you're doing this. And you're going to get help from others. The outcome is you now have become so confident and passionate about this that you're moving ahead with this. Just another word of advice here, though. This is the Seven of Pentacles. It's raining outside on this card, and this girl is yet still watering the plant. It's just asking you to be patient because you will get there, just not right now. You need to be patient at this time, okay? So yes, keep watering that plant, keep feeding it, keep seeding whatever you need to seed, but those seeds will grow in time like they should, all right? I hope this makes sense to you. Now let's pick a card from Sonia Chaquette's deck. I really like this deck because it's very simple. The imagery is simple as well, and there's not too many words on there. All right, nothing wants to come out, so I'm going to just pick a card. Oh, number 39, accept love. So we mentioned here that you're giving a lot, but I think that in the process of sharing with others, you're going to be receiving, or eventually you're going to be receiving this love. From having done the due diligence, proving yourself, marketing yourself, and when it comes in, just grab it, take it. You deserve it. Oh, sorry, I can't see this. Can't see this. Hold on. I thought we could see it. No big deal. All right. Another message again from the Dixit cards. Okay, I like this. This to me is an indication that you're on the right path. This girl is looking in glass, and the reflection she sees is herself, but with a halo. It's blessed. So whatever you want to do, it is going to be good for you. You just simply have to be patient because you will get there. I'm going to pick an animal energy card. I've also made these cards. You've got the hedgehog. It's asking you to be grounded. And it also says, just like a cat, when they fall feet first. And it says that for this, you may have hiccups, but you will always fall feet first, so you'll be able to reposition yourself again. And like anything, when you're starting something new, there's always hiccups, right? So you're going to fall feet first, and you'll be able to pick up from where you left off. And the other message on here, it says, share yourself to others. Share yourself to others. And this is what we're talking about here. Do this endeavor, not for the money, not at this point. Share yourself. Share what you know. Share your knowledge. It will be accepted. It will be, actually, that's probably what's going to make you even more lovable. That's the word that's coming into my mind, lovable. Okay, so I'm going to grab 2 tiles. And these could be people's initials. All right, so we have R and P. Or it could be P and R, whichever way you want it. Or it could be company names. It could be like company names, like if you're going to deal with a marketing company, it could be a company, or it could be 2 different companies, or it could be action words, whatever resonates for you. All right, one final outcome card. Oh, well, I guess it's this one here. All right, King of Cups. All right, so I like this. So this card here talks about the after tarot, right? So the king in the regular tarot deck is sitting on his throne, and there's still lots of water in the background, so a lot of emotions. There could be turmoil, disappointments. But in this deck, he's now pouring that cup out. So what you're doing is you're capable of actually feeling as if whatever's going on in the background is not bothering you. And if there's anything that actually, literally, you feel, I don't need to deal with this right now, you're going to dump it. And deal with this right now, I'm talking about something emotional, right? Something that could make you feel off, emotionally speaking. So you're basically taking control of that situation, and you're going to just get rid of anything that will make you feel less than you should in terms of emotion. Very good. You're in control of it. So that's very good. You manage your personal comfort. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Pisces, for joining me today. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, please do subscribe. And I'll be doing these readings on a regular basis, but not necessarily a specific timeline for, let's say, I didn't call this like for the end of November now. I didn't call this for December. I called it timeless, right? Because you may see this in November, you may see this in December or later, but they're probably going to be called timeless for now until I can commit to a new set schedule. But at this time, I'm just starting off, and I'm being patient. I'm actually being very patient. All right? So thank you so much again, and you have a great rest of the day wherever you are in the world. Thank you. Bye-bye.